Hi all, welcome to the third video tutorial of TestNG. So today we are going to see few TestNG features. First we are going to see how can we prioritize a test case uh, or like how can we prioritize the test cases to be executed. Second one, how can we create dependency of one test case on another. Third one is like how can we ignore a particular test case. Okay, so I can write here TestNG features. So first we are going to see how can we prioritize the test cases to be executed. Second, we are going to see dependency of one test case on another. Third one, ignore a test case. Fourth one, like how to give description of a test case. Okay, so let's see one by one. So to do that, what I can do is I will go to Eclipse and I will create a new class over here and I will name it as TestNG features. Okay, so when it comes to TestNG, we don't need main method because our test cases are going to be executed based on the annotations. Okay, so I will create few test cases. So first I want to open the application under test. So I can write here public void open application, and here I'll give something like system.out.println, and I'll write here opening application under test. Okay, similarly I will write here public void login, and I'll write here system.out.println logging in to the application under test. Okay, then I'll have one more test case, public void check inbox. Okay, system.out.println checking number of messages available in inbox. Okay, then fourth test case will be public void say compose email. So system.out.println I'll write here sending email to the recipient. Okay, so there will be one more test case, a public void logout, and I will write here system.out.println logging out of the application. And the last test case would be public void close application. So here actually I am closing application under test. So write a system.out.println closing application under test. So these are my test cases, right? So basically these are now test methods. So if I want to consider all these test cases, suppose if I want all these test methods So if I want all these test methods to be considered as test cases, then I have to use @test annotation. So I will use @test over here, and this annotation needs to be imported, which comes from org.stng.annotations package. Okay, so I will give @test annotation to each and every test method. Okay, so now I'll save it. So now if I run this particular script, okay, then all these test methods will be executed in an alphabetical order. Okay, so when it comes to testng, your test methods are getting executed in an alphabetical order. Okay, so that is by default. So if I go to test result also, I can see check inbox test method got executed first, then close application. After that, compose email, login, logout, open application. Okay, so here actually I am only printing the statements. Okay, so if I write the actual code, okay, so code for opening one application, code for logging into the application, code for checking the messages in inbox. Okay, so this should not be the correct sequence, right? Because to check inbox, first I have to open application, then I have to log into the application using valid credentials, right? So how can I execute these test methods in a sequential order that we are going to see? Okay, so what I can do here is it should be application, spelling mistake. Okay, so to execute these test methods in a sequential order, we have something called as priority. So we have to use priority parameter and we can set it to 0. So I'll just write here priority is equal to 0. That means this particular test method will get executed first. Okay, so priority gets started with 0, and you can write like this also, priority is equal to 1. That means it will get executed after the first method gets executed. Okay, so like that you can set the priority. So here I will set it to 2. After that I will write here and I will set it to 3, then 4, and at last I will set it to 5. So now the test methods will get executed in a sequential order because I have already set their priorities. Okay, so if I execute now, so I had 6 test cases and 6 got passed. So if I go to test result, I can see open application got executed first, after that login, after that check inbox, then compose email, after that logout, and at last close application got executed. So this is how we can prioritize our test cases to be executed. Now let's see the second thing, like how can we create dependency of one test case on another. For example, what I want is if your login gets failed, right? If your login gets failed, I don't want uh, the check inbox test method to be executed. Or say for example, if your check inbox gets failed, I don't want to execute compose email. Okay, so we can create dependency like that. Okay, so what I will write here, we have something called as depends on methods. Okay, that is also one parameter. So here I'll write here depends on methods, and here I'll give login. So here you have to provide the test method name. That means now check inbox test method has dependency on login. So if your login method gets failed, it will not execute check inbox, it will skip it. So to fail this particular test case, to fail this login method, what I will do is I'll write here assert dot assert true, and here I'll give false. So I will show you in next class what an assert is. Okay, so basically it is expecting one true value, but I have given here false intentionally so that this particular test case will get failed. Okay, so now if I execute it, okay, so then I will get this result. See, I had 6 test cases, out of which 4 got passed and 1 got failed and 1 got skipped. So if I go to test result, just because my login test method got failed, it didn't execute the check inbox because it had dependency on login, right? So it skipped this particular check inbox test method. Okay, now let's see the third one. How can we ignore a test case? For example, I have 5 test cases to be executed, out of which I want only 3 to be executed and 2 to be ignored. Okay, so in that case we have to do something. Okay, we have something called as enabled. Okay, so we have one more parameter enabled. For example, I don't want to execute this check in box. Okay, I can write here enabled is equal to false. Okay, or say compose email. I don't want to execute it. So I can write here enabled is equal to false. That means these two test methods will not be executed. The reason might be anything because say like these test methods are not ready to be executed, or I don't want to execute these test cases. Okay, so I want these test cases to be ignored. Okay, so I can write enabled is equal to false. By default the value is true, and if you want to ignore, then you can write enabled is equal to false. So let me execute it. See, so this time only 4 test cases got executed. Okay, out of which one got failed because we failed this test case intentionally. Okay, so if you see, it didn't execute check inbox and compose email. Okay, so now how can we give description to a particular test case? That is our fourth point, right? How can we give description to a particular test case? So we have to write something like this. So we have one parameter called as description, and here suppose I'll give here to verify login functionality. I'll write here to, or like to verify that application is invoked successfully. Okay, in login also I can write say description to verify login functionality with valid credentials. Okay, so like this we can provide description. So now if I run this, I'll get here. See, to verify that application is invoked successfully, to verify login functionality with valid credential. So basically it tells about the test case objective, okay, what that particular test case is going to do. Okay, so I hope you found this video informative. Thank you for watching this.